بفضل الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق وخاتم النبيين محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. أخواتي وأخواتي, brothers and sisters, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نتابع مسيرنا مع أبا عبد الله الحسين عليه الصلاة والسلام. قال الله في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى وربطنا على قلوبهم إذ قاموا فقالوا ربنا رب السماوات والأرض لن ندعو من دونه إلها لقد قلنا إذا شططا. صدق الله العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We relate to you their accounts in truth. They were indeed youth who had faith in their Lord, and we had enhanced them in guidance and fortified their hearts when they stood up and said, our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. We will never invoke any God besides him. For them we shall certainly have said an atrocious lie. Ahl al-Kahf alayhim salam. Maintaining our Muslim identity and faith in the West is a constant challenge for us. Each one of us has his own stories to tell, I'm sure. The longer you stay here, the more stories you have. The invitations to mischief and prohibited acts summons us from every direction. And if we try to live a morally upright life, then we usually end up becoming a minority within a minority. Muslims face the additional challenge of living not only in a non-Muslim society, but one which is continuously becoming more and more secular. Unfortunately, some Muslims succumb to the pressures around them and eliminate all outward aspects of their religion. A woman stops wearing hijab. We've seen it. A man stops praying. Another stops fasting. Another begins to drink alcohol, and so on and so forth. Therefore, Muslims need to continuously guard themselves to prevent this loss of faith. Our spiritual survival depends upon preserving our Islamic values in the face of challenges. One of the great challenges for the Muslims in the West is social interaction, such that it does not compromise our Muslim identity. Without a doubt, it is normal to want to make friends with classmates, with co-workers, with neighbors, even if they do not share the same belief system. Now, clearly, Islam does not prohibit that, does not forbid that at all. In fact, Islam encourages interfaith relations in many conditions. لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم في الدين ولم يخرجوكم من دياركم أن تبروهم وتقسطوا إليهم إن الله يحب المقسطين. God does not forbid you in regard to those who did not make war against you on account of religion and did not expel you from your homes, that you deal with them with kindness and justice. Indeed, God loves the just. As long as people are not fighting against you, either physically or ideologically, you can befriend them for sure. However, if they taunt you for wearing hijab or mock you because you pray, then they are not true friends. Surely, true friends will share traditions and cultures with you, but they will really not try to manipulate or impose their beliefs upon you, especially here in America. True friends will respect you for who you are. Both modern psychologists and religious sources confirm a fundamental principle which states that friends have an influence on you. We all know that. Our parents spoke of it, our ancestors, our grandparents, and Prophet Muhammad Amir Mu'min said that. An influence that is sometimes more profound than which our families can exert upon us. We see it with our kids in schools right now. Imam Ali said, a person follows the religion of his friend. So beware of who you befriend. He also said, alayhi salam, the most fortunate are those who have connections with good people. Imam Sajjad, and you guys know the hadith, in his advice to his son Al-Baqir alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, O son, avoid acquaintance or don't make friends with 5 types of people. Don't befriend the liar, for he will be like a mirage. He will trick you. He makes the far close and the close far. Don't befriend the transgressors and sinners, al-fasiq, for he might sell you for a low price. Don't befriend the stingy one, al-bakhil. He may not help you in times of need. Do not befriend the imbecile, al-ahmaq. Last, he brings harm to you with stupidity, tries to help you, but يريد ينفعك فيضرك. Do not befriend those who deprive their kins of their rights. Such persons are damned by Allah, shorn of Allah's blessing. القاطع للرحم لرحمه ملعون في كتاب الله عز وجل. We all know, and we can all attest to that, peer pressure does exist. And the negative peer pressure is a dangerous threat at any age, especially in the youth ones, our kids, the new college kids, the students who come from abroad, first time they come to the West, first time they see the openness. Some of them fell under that peer pressure. And indeed, even the most intelligent and independent person cannot help but become influenced by others. Therefore, we must be extremely selective in choosing our friends. Look for the ones who exhibit positive social and moral traits, and try to avoid all the others. واصبر نفسك مع الذين يدعون ربهم بالغداة والعشي يريدون وجهه. How do بنكون معهم? Content yourself with the company of those who supplicate their Lord mornings and evenings, desiring His face. ولا تطع من أغفلنا قلبه عن ذكرنا. الله أكبر. ولا تطع من أغفل الله سبحانه وتعالى أغفل قلبه عن ذكرنا واتبع هواه وكان أمره فرطا. And do not obey the one whose heart we made oblivious to our remembrance, and who follows his own desires, and whose conduct is mere dissolute and reckless. The qualities which a potential friend possesses are so critical that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was asked once of an advice of whom to befriend. And his answer was, do not sit with the dead. That was a simple answer. ما تقعد مع الميت. Shocked. The person said, what do you mean, do not sit with the dead? What do you mean by the dead? He said, every person who lives extravagantly without concern for others. Every person who lives extravagantly without concerns for others is considered dead. So don't sit with these. Indeed, we need to seek out friends who understand what is important in life. Since the short life of this temporal world that we live is full of challenges, we must spend our time with people who can help us create a positive perspectives. وما هذه الحياة الدنيا إلا لهو ولعب وإن الدار الآخرة لهي الحيوان لو كانوا يعلمون. The life of this world is nothing but diversion and play, but the abode of the hereafter is indeed life. Had they known. Now, in my humble opinion, this is my humble opinion, the best of your friends should be your spouse. And this is for the single ones, brothers and sisters. The issue of compatibility in marriage is a key. It is a key. It must be taken seriously. Brothers and sisters, if you're looking, really take this seriously. It is vital to a believer to marry someone who gives the same amount of importance to religion that you do, if not more. A believing partner would invite his or her spouse to God and help them lead a peaceful life. And the exact opposite would happen if a person marries a disbelieving partner. I mean, if we cannot avoid being influenced by friends whom we see in school or at work for a short time, of course we're going to be influenced by someone we're going to stay with all the time. Definitely, it's a no-brainer. We must remember that any differences, educational, cultural, and most importantly religious, could become a tremendous source of marital conflict, especially when children arrive. You might be in love and stuff and don't see the other stuff, but trust me, when kids come, love will get bigger if you are on the right path, or will dwindle down. We live in the West, we live at home, in the East, and we see it both ways. The kids, will pay the price of such conflict. So developing our spirituality is a lifelong challenge. It is not a, it's, we can learn through our parents, through these manabir Husayniyah, but it's a lifelong challenge, literally, even in the best of circumstances, and even more so when we live here in the West, in the non-Muslim society. So the harmonious marriage can foster and enhance our spirituality and vice versa. Well, alhamdulillah, I wish my wife is here to hear this. And nowadays, religion is given little importance in society, not only here, everywhere. For some, religion has become a once-a-week activity, even less than that. Many people who live in the West do not have time for spirituality because they are either too busy, work. This is America, the American dream, that you work yourself so hard. You're too busy in the pursuit of money or preoccupied with the trivial entertainments. If you look around you at work, neighbors, you might find that a lot of people may have attained the American dream. Great job, and everything that comes with it, all the benefits. Big home, nice car, and the other material possessions. However, they still feel as if something is missing. Really, there's a gap, there's a void. Some have come to Islam, and I've known some, to fill that void. They filled it with the encompassing remembrance of God. أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. Those who have faith, in whose hearts find rest in the remembrance of God. Look, the hearts find rest in God's remembrance. One might ask, well, I've attained my American dream. I have a beautiful house, a huge saving account, an abundance of friends and families, my Facebook account of thousands of friends. Why do I need God in my life? I just have to work harder to make more money and so forth. I just need to be really hard at work. Why do we need prophets and imams? Why do we need to remember Ashura and what happened 14 centuries ago when we live in modern society, and I can study instead contemporary psychology or philosophy or what have you? The answer is simple, and we see it today actually on the news. The answer is that we need them because no matter how advanced or modern our world may seem, we must remember that its very existence, our world, is tenuous. It's so fragile. We are clinging on a rapidly spinning, fragile world. It would take one single natural disaster. Florence hurricane. It's gonna hit the East Coast. I don't care how much technology we have. A simple disaster shakes the core out of you. If it doesn't make you humble and see how weak you are, you're blind. Millions of people are moving out of their homes because of a simple disaster of Allah. Therefore, as a human being, we need God in our lives in order to progress and advance forward. That is not to say that science and technology are not valuable, no, and we should abandon them. Rather, on the contrary, they are very valuable and essential to our survival these days. However, they cannot help us throughout our spiritual difficulties. They don't. God bless me with a job that I see a lot of good things and I see a lot of unhappy situations. I can tell you, I can attest, maybe 90% of the unhappy situations, if the faith was present, none of that unhappiness would be there. We certainly need the guidance of God to attain knowledge and wisdom. We need that guidance. يؤتي الحكمة من يشاء ومن يؤتى الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا. من يؤتى الحكمة بتاخد الله سبحانه وتعالى بيعطي الحكمة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives wisdom to whomever He wants. And he who is given wisdom is certainly given an abundant good. The wisdom, brothers and sisters, is given and not taken. by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, it does not matter how much money you have, the size of your home, or your zip code address. Rather, what matters is the size of your heart. Al-Hadith al-Qudsi يقول, my heavens and my earth cannot contain me, but the heart of my believing servant can hold me. إلهي ماذا وجد من فقد أم ماذا فقد من وجد عميت عين لا تراك عليها رقيب كلمات من الله الأبش على بدن. Oh God, what did he find? The one who lost you. Or what did he lose? The one who found you. We said these words few weeks ago on Arafah. Imam Hussein said these words 1400 years ago. We must not be deceived by material goods. For in all honesty, if success was measured in riches, then all of the prophets sent by God would have been an utter failure. All of them. As Muslim in the West, keep your chin high. We need to be proud of our faith, and we must not feel that we need to hide our belief. I wear my hijab proudly. I pray on time. I ask for halal. I'm proud of that. And if they ask why, I will explain why. Proudly. People will respect us more for praying, for wearing hijab, for eating halal and holding sacred our ways. This country was built on the freedom of religion. Let's practice our freedom. According to traditions, once God falls in love with us, he will then ask the angels to fall in love with us. Once the angels fall in love with us, he will ask the devout people on earth to love us all as well. Regardless where we live, America, the West, or the East, we should continue to strive to maintain who we are and what we believe in. And inshallah, sooner than later, we will see the blooming fields of Islam. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, yesterday, Imam Hussein said his farewells to his grandfather, to his mother, and to his brother in Balkhia. Today, he's going to say his farewells to someone very special, very dear to him. Imam Hussein got ready to leave Al-Medina. He asked his family to gather their stuff for their long journey and travel. The Imam will be leaving with his wives, his kids, and the rest of the tribe, as you know. So his family started gathering their stuff and loading their carriages. Everyone was busy. Imagine yourself going on a trip. You got busy, of course. You're packing what they need for this trip, what to wear, and so forth. One of Imam's daughters was watching and wondering. No one asked her what should she take with her, what to wear. No one is helping her. She's sick and was asked to stay in bed. And she was watching, an eager kid, very eager. So she was peeking, waiting, with the hope that someone will come and say, it's your turn now, let's go, time to go. No, Laila walked in and said goodbye. Soon enough, Al-Rabab came in and said goodbye, and one after the other. The rest of the family are saying goodbyes. And she's not sure what's going on. Why are they saying goodbye to me? She understood she is not going with them. Then someone special, very special, walked in to say goodbye. Al-Aqil alayhi salam min Masa'ib Zainab. She has her ways of saying goodbyes. She walked into her room. The kid is in her bed. She sat next to her. She lifted her head, put her head in her chest. So the kid said, Auntie Zainab, why everyone is saying goodbye to me? Habibati Fatima, you can't go with us. You're very sick. The road is too long. Auntie Zainab, is my father going with you? Of course, honey. How am I going to stay here and he leaves me? Oh, be patient. تحملي يا فاطمة. This is Allah's wish. She is sick, pondering on what she just heard, what she just felt. So she hears the footsteps of her father walking towards her room. She's really sick. She stood up and got out of her bed. She looks towards her father and said, with her sick, soft voice, بويا جيتك أمسح دموعي بديا من نظرتك روحي حست بالمنية بويا جيتك امسح دموعي بديا من نظرتك روحي حست بالمنية اقسم عليك كسرت العزة شو بدك يا فاطمة لا تسافر قلبي ما يحمل أذية شو تقول له لا تسافر نادت الطفلة العليلة لا تسافر وادري بالغيبة الطويلة لا تسافر منه بعدك أشتكي لا. Oh Father, I came to you wiping my tears. When I saw you, I felt the pain. I ask you in the name of my grandmother, Father, don't leave me. I can't withstand this. Don't leave me. Who am I going to complain to? Who's going to take care of me? لا تسافر يلي طيب جروحي اسمك لا تسافر مو قلت همي يهمك لا تسافر بويا خدني وياك خدني. Please take me with you, Father. Daddy, I can help. I can put your prayer right. Just don't leave. شو بيقول لك حسين عليه السلام؟ أب حنون. أب حنون. Oh my dear Fatima, you're too sick to bear the road of hardship. You could die during travel. Oh Father, take me with you. I don't mind, I'll be with you. شو بيقول لك؟ ما بديا من أسافر يا حزينة ما بديا تبقي وحدك بالمدينة ما بديا هذا اللي مقدر علينا ما بديا وتسمع الطفلة نحيبة. Now imagine as a father, as a mother, you're saying goodbye to your daughter, your little one, for good. You're not going to see them again. May Allah bless your kids. Be patient, honey. I have to leave. This is not my call, it's Allah's calling. Oh, Father, I can't go outside. I'm too sick to say goodbye. Who do you want to see, honey? I want to see my brother Abdullah. So Al-Hussein calls Al-Rabab. Fatima takes Abdullah. She smells him. She kisses him. A little kid. Just like you would do with your own. She puts him in her lap. and said, "Oh Father, how can I bear staying away from him? I am going to miss him. I can't wait to see him again." She doesn't know that she's not going to see him again. Who else do you want to say goodbye to, honey? I want to see Ruqayya, my little sister. So her little sister, the 3-year-old, ran to her, a feisty little one, gave her a big hug, like a big bear hug. "Ruqayya, don't forget me. Keep remembering me. Ruqayya, I'll be waiting for your return. I can't wait for the day that you return so we can play. Ruqayya مش رح ترجع يا فاطمة. She's not coming back. She's gonna pass in the shower." So Al-Hussein and the rest of the family departed, leaving Fatima the sick one in Medina. With the care of al-Banin. Days pass, months pass. She got better. She hadn't heard a word from her family. You know, there's nothing worse on a kid but waiting for his parent or his mother. When you come home from work or you go to pick up your kid from daycare or whatnot, you see that big smile and they run at you. They run towards you. So she waited and waited. شو تقول؟ كان جالسة بالدار قاعدة منتظرة قدوم أبيها. يا دار والدي يا الحسين أجيبي، لملا أموت وقد ناء محبوب. رحل الذي كان الأنيس لوحشتي، وإذا شكوت السقم كان طبيبي. قد كان شمسا في سمائي أشرقت، لكنها ضربت أمر غروبي. يا دار طال مغيبه ويكاد من ألم التصبر أي حين مغيبي. يا دار هل سأراه ثانية، هل سأراه ثانية، عسى ربي يحقق باللقاء مطلوبي. So she says, and she's talking to her father's home, I wish I could die, my beloved one. Will I see him again? I ask Allah that He grants me that wish. ما في جواب نطلع. تتوجه بقلبها إلى أبيها عليه السلام. أبتاه عد وامسح بكفك أدمعي، أبتاه عد وامسح بكفك أدمعي، واكشف برؤية ناظريك كروبي. أبا أذكرك بشيء. سميتني باسم البتول تيمنا، أبي سميتني باسم فاطمة. سميتني باسم البتول تيمنا، فورثت منها أدمعي ونحيبي. والله عذبني فراقك يا أبي، والله عذبني فراقك يا أبي، فارجع إلي لينتهي تعذيبي. You named me after my mother, after your mother. And when I asked you, you said because of the love of your mother. So I got from her my tears and cries. I'm very tired, oh Father, from being away. So please come back. Once again, days passed. On the 10th of Muharram, as Al-Hussein is standing all by himself, looking right and left at his household, they're all killed, getting ready to take the stand himself and joining them in the martyrdom. A man came to him, a mailman, with a letter in his hand, in a rush, a letter from Medina. When he opened the letter, he cried so hard and went to his tent calling out whomever stayed in it. He said, "Oh, Sister Zainab, oh, son Ali, Zain al-Abidin, come out. This is a letter from your sister Fatima, from Al-Madinah. She says hello to everyone. She says hello to her brother Ali al-Akbar. She doesn't know her brother's body is cut in pieces. She's saying hello to Al-Qasim. She doesn't know that he's laying here there. She says hello to her uncle Al-Abbas and asking him to come and get her. She's waited too long. She doesn't know he's laying by the mashrah. His hands are cut off, an arrow in his eyes. She's saying hello to her little brother Abdullah. She misses his smell. Come see Abdullah for me. There's an arrow pierced his little neck from one side to the other. Oh Fatima, if you only know what happened to us. Your uncle Abbas won't be going to get you. And soon I'll be martyred, I'll be joining them. And soon you'll be orphaned, my dear. And he looked at his sister Zainab and said, "Oh sister, take care of her after I pass." Take care of her, take care of the rest of the orphans. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you جميعا. May Allah bless your family. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.